back to AgriTalk as we are at the Syngenta tent here on day number 2 of the Farm Progress Show in Boone, Iowa. Well, it doesn't matter whether you're in Boone, Iowa or anywhere else this year, you're probably talking about the drought, and we're going to talk about that, the impacts of it, and also about a particular product to help deal with dry years like this. Troy Griess joins us now, agronomic service representative for Syngenta. And Troy, let's talk about Agrisure Artesian, because here's a product, you know, does well if you get plenty of rain, but also can really help make a difference in a year like this where it doesn't.
That's correct. Agrisure Artesian does both of those things, and obviously this year with the drought, there's a lot of interest from growers. They're looking for opportunities to manage risk if we have future years where we have drought stress. So there's a lot of interest in both ends of those. We want to make sure that growers want to know that it's going to yield if we get rain, and if we don't get rain, what kind of benefits they're going to get.
Yeah, I've said often that this is the kind of year you don't want to go through, but after you do go through it, you do learn some things, and you get an idea of, you know, management practices and what works and doesn't work. And you know, going into next year, there's going to be a lot of interest in drought-tolerant hybrids.
That's correct, and you know, one of the things about Agrisure Artesian is we actually call it water optimization technology. We believe that it not only can help growers manage drought where we have either rain-fed acres or dryland acres, but also where we have capabilities of either limited irrigation or even where guys can have unlimited irrigation possibilities. We believe that this technology has benefits for any one of those growers.
You know, I've been thinking about that, thinking about no doubt what will be a lot of interest in this technology moving forward, and realizing that some farmers will be trying to make a decision. Now, we don't have a drought very often, so do we go ahead and plant that type of technology if we don't think we're going to have a drought? But what we're saying here is with Agrisure Artesian, it's going to perform well whether you get the rain and if you don't, it's going to help you there.
That's correct. It helps the growers manage that risk. And you know, Agrisure Artesian will do that well, and there's other things that are connected to helping growers manage risk as well. You know, things like making sure that we control weeds early, preventing them from stealing water, nutrients from our crop, especially if we go into next spring and we're lacking moisture. We don't want weeds stealing moisture from our crops, so using pre-emerge herbicides. And so we believe that Agrisure Artesian is great, but there's other pieces that we can provide to help growers manage some of that stress as well.
We're hearing more and more about making sure that crop gets off to a good start, and things that happen early on are critical. And I think we've seen even this year some of the crops, you know, suffering from the drought, but I've heard more than one farmer say, well, we got off to a good start, and that really helped.
That's true. It did get off to a good start, and of course the rain stopped, and the moisture we had in the soil took us a ways, but eventually as the corn crop got bigger and used more water per day, we just ran out. So all we can do is try to control what we can control and use all the tools that we have in the toolbox. One of the things that I think is really unique about Agrisure Artesian is we use gene blueprinting. So we have specific genes that are in that corn plant that give us protection from that stress throughout the growing season. Typically people think about, you know, water stress during pollination and early grain fill when corn's using the most water per day, and that's normal, but we can also see it earlier in the growing season in June before corn's fully tasseled, and we saw the effects of that this year. Corn hybrids that never reached their full height and potential, and we know already then we're probably going to have some yield loss.
Real quick, availability of Agrisure Artesian next year?
We're going to have some for growers to trial next year, so the best thing they do is contact their local Syngenta dealer.
All right, thanks, Troy.
Thank you.